Hi, I am Sophia St James, and I am a queer, kinky, femme slut. What makes me queer is the fact that I love and adore all bodies, all genders, all sexualities, regardless of what they may present as or what they may have been born with. I identify with people on a personal level versus what they appear to be on the outside. I definitely wave the femme. I am a fierce femme, and I love presenting that when I am on camera, no matter if I am in heels and stockings or overalls and a b-boy hat. I enjoy showing that I'm a switch for sure. I categorize myself as a top heavy switch, so I definitely enjoy being the one in control. However, I also enjoy being a bottom and switching those roles out, and I really enjoy showing that because I believe that that's who I am. I'm a true switch. My favorite way to top is really sensually sadistic. I get a thrill out of teasing and denying individuals. I consider myself a very sensual dominatrix, very sensual top. So it's not all about the pain as much as it is about the sensual teasing and the kind of the sadistic pleasures that go along with that.
And what's your favorite way to bottom?
From the top. I like to bottom. I would say I'm kind of a bad girl when I bottom because I definitely follow orders very well and instructions, but I tend to giggle a lot, which gets me in trouble when I am bottoming, because obviously the person who's topping me doesn't necessarily want to hear giggles. Because then it seems like I'm laughing at them or whatnot. But I giggle because I'm just having such a good time, and that's just kind of who I am. I just tend to giggle and smile and laugh a lot. Well, I am West Indian, and I really wanted to kind of include some sort of tie into that, and the whole St. James thing is a very Caribbean islander type name. And then Sophia came from, I don't really have a story for that. If I had to say something, I'd say it was inspired, like Sophia Loren is such a beautiful, beautiful woman. And she ages with grace and class. But has like a lot of sex appeal. So just recently, Aslan Leather put out a Minx harness that was inspired by me, the Sophia St James Minx harness, and it is silver with pink rhinestone rivets. I love it because it's fierce and it's definitely femme. A lot of the harnesses out there are kind of just your basic, black leather, very kind of industrial looking, and I love that. I love industrial looking items. It kind of adds that rugged animalistic sex appeal to things, but I really wanted a harness that was also kind of really feminine. Like, I like to fuck, and I still want to maintain my fierce femme personality when I do, so what better way to do it than with pink rhinestones? Burlesque. It is all about the tease. It's all about something that you see that you want. I'm going to entice you with it until you can't take anymore, and then the last minute it goes away. Like, it's definitely about that, the art of tease, the tease and denial thing I was talking about earlier. Versus porn, it's still very much the tease, and it's very much including that seduction into it, but you get to deliver. And sometimes that is really great. You get to actually experience the whole thing. Plus, doing burlesque is just you, or stage or stripping or whatever it is. It's just you. But with porn, you can relate to your co-worker. You can relate to that other person and go through the experience together, have the negotiation, and have that kind of respect and camaraderie that goes along with making queer porn. I love being an exhibitionist. I love it when it's something about it, like knowing that someone's watching me and they're getting off on it, that really is a confidence booster, an ego booster, however you want to phrase it. But it's also something inside of me. I really can't put into words. I just really enjoy that factor of knowing that whatever it is I'm doing, whatever it is that I happen to enjoy doing, is also giving someone else pleasure and desire, and feeding their passion, just like doing it for me feeds mine. I definitely think queer porn goes way beyond just filling up someone's spank bank. Like, I think queer porn is definitely about the artistic side. It's about expression. It's about inclusion, and it's also about education. Like, I can imagine how many queers there are in the world that, because they are queer, don't necessarily have a sexual side. They don't, because it's frowned upon. They don't have any support where they're at. They don't have anyone to be with because they are queer, so they don't know who to approach, who to talk to. So I feel like doing queer porn and giving these individuals who really don't have like a role model per se of what positive queer sex is about, making queer porn, being in queer porn, and providing these things to those communities is definitely a positive thing, because then they can see, oh, it's not so abnormal that I am a cisgendered female and I like to have sex with trans women, or however that works. It's something that they can kind of understand, that this is normal, there's absolutely nothing wrong with me, I am who I am, and that there is somewhere out there a community that will support their who they are. And so I definitely think that, and also it's about the artistic side. I mean, don't get me wrong, queer porn is porn. So porn is about showing the sex and maybe even showing like the orgasm or whatnot, but it's also about showing the beauty of two people coming together, enjoying each other in a romantic, sexual way. I've never really thought of myself as a political person. I feel like I'm an activist just in what I do. And like, I guess my goal is to break down stereotypes. There's just being a queer woman of color, there's so many stereotypes within just that small sentence. And I feel like what I do with queer porn, or what I do on a regular basis, really helps to break down those stereotypes. And just because you're queer doesn't mean you have to be this way. Just because you are a black female doesn't mean you have to be this way. I'd say, as far as like a woman of color goes, like, not, there's so many porns out there, God, that just influence that stereotype of like black women are really loud and obnoxious and just really like, okay, so I ID as a slut as well, so but I'm a classy slut. I am a very well-mannered slut. Also, with like bigger women, it's kind of that misconception that, oh, you're big because you're lazy, or you eat too much, or you're not active, or whatever it may be. And I feel like one of the stereotypes I break down within queer porn related to bigger women is that we're not lazy. We do like to sweat and fuck and go for ever and ever, and it's not a matter of we're lazy. And us big girls like to have fun too. We like to sweat and we like to fuck and we like to do all these things that, and it's not necessarily about getting fucked, but we like to also participate and be active within the scenario.
What advice would you give your 18-year-old self? How about that?
Right. I would say to believe in yourself. Don't ever let anybody tell you who you are. And be passionate about something. Don't be passionate about someone else's beliefs or someone else's thoughts. Be passionate about what you believe in and what you want to do. If you don't know what it is, then feel free to explore that. And don't feel like you have to be kept in a box because of where you live at, where you grew up at, or even like who your parents may be. You have to trust in your own instincts and do things that are going to nurture you and love you and help you grow into a wonderful human being.
Like you.
Yay.